Welcome friends, and while everyone making 30, 50 RPGs and going through same games again and again, I knew that my audience is very special. So I prepare for you only 10 RPGs that will be released in 2023. And nobody talks about these games, and they are so promising. So friends, I will really appreciate if you like this video, and let's start. The many misfortunes of Kyran, Pierre, Cadenza the First. You will play as a failed bard, nobody wants to publish you, and that means you will have to go through the stories once again and rewrite them. The game will have a very crazy mix of genres. We will have a party-based RPG, that means you will have companions, choose your own adventure, and tactical turn-based combats. Unbelievable. The many misfortunes consist of two main types of gameplay. One half of the game is set within a tavern long after the events of the story take place. Here the player takes the role of the bard, telling the tale to an old friend and one of the heroes of the story itself. And in other parts you will have to go through key moments of that story, and that means fighting a lot. Game definitely presents something new and something promising. Secrets of Godhelm, Riverfall. And it will be a fantasy RPG where you must explore a world full of monster magic and myths to save it from annihilation. Your hero will need to find a way to unite all Riverfall against the Barrow, the Wild, and cast him back into the stars or lose everything. You are an adventurer with great potential for natural magic, and it means you will have a lot of animals companions. But it's completely up to you how you want to cultivate your magical abilities, or maybe you prefer a traditional art of physical combat. A lot of things is unclear about this RPG, but I have a hunch that Riverfall will surprise us all.
Ragnarra has come and reaped a bloody harvest. Asgardian Citadel, the last place where civilization survived. We needed powerful weapons to protect this place. That's why we had started exploration of ancient dungeons, until we found this, magic runes. The world outside was full of monsters. Choosing my next target, I didn't think about that. I hope the Citadel has a chance to survive.
The Black Grimoire Cursebreaker is a medieval fantasy adventure RPG inspired by the old-school atmosphere of the adventure games of the past. In this game you will not be another chosen one who destined to save the world from doom and gloom. Instead you will play as a lord. And one day you meet a dark wizard, and yes, now you're cursed, and you desperately need to break free. Game will offer us a variety of quests with deep writing, numerous weapons and spells to employ in strategic combat, permanent choices that will affect the gameplay, and of course a large open world that rewards exploration. There also will be a very good skill tree and crafting system. Cursebreaker is definitely a game we must keep our eyes on.
Revenge of the Archlukvik is coming. Brand, my friend, you must gather your power. The dead mage has entered our lands with his armies. His wrath knows no bounds. But there is one thing that terrifies him. It's Jorhuger. Discover your destiny. Face the dead armies. And mend the broken prophecy. Only you can defeat Arch Ludwig. Will you save Gimle?
The Way of Wrath will bring you to the early Bronze Age, and it will be a perfect mix of RPG and strategy with turn-based combat. You will play as the chief of the tribe, and you will have to solve tons of problems and master a lot of skills like fishing, hunting and other survival skills. And everything you do will have its consequences. For example, you are a chief and you are a main judge, and one of your tribe members commit a crime, killed a young woman. What you gonna do? Bring him to justice? But he is a valuable warrior and you need him for the next enemy attack. But if you let him free, the family of that girl will try to revenge you and attack you when you not expect it. Very interesting game, definitely worth your attention. Mortal Darkness is action-adventure RPG. You have been summoned by a town elder to investigate the attack on a small farming village nearby. But what you will discover will set you on a huge adventure through the whole world, full of very strange people and hordes of enemies, and in the end you will have to save the kingdom. You can choose between 4 playable characters: Barbarian, Orc, Witch Doctor or Archer, and there will be over 50 different abilities in the game. Mortal Darkness is definitely a very promising game. The Bloodline is a fantasy action RPG where you take the role of the descendant of the Hairbringer bloodline, a lineage that was gifted the power of foresight when the ancient god gifted them with his own blood. The game begins with you having a vision of another invasion, and from that moment you have to unite the kingdom, recruit your own army, rebuild your stronghold, and prepare to meet a powerful enemy. A lot of stuff to do. During the game you will have a lot of choices. Become a respected warrior or despite thief. The fate is entirely up to you. Do quests to gain respect from commoners, lords and kings. There will be no classes. You will never be limited to what skill or equipment you can use. And there will be so many different features in the game. For example, you will be able to fly on eagle. Combats will be something special. You will definitely get a lot of joy playing the Bloodlines. And this game will be a nod to the era of party-based RPGs from the 90s. Maybe you remember the game called Betrayal at Crandor. Follow an intriguing story with interesting characters in unique low-fantasy medieval settings. I will not tell you a lot about this game right now, but if you're old-school veteran, just must have. They really did it. They managed to bring the old good spirit of old school adventure here in the future. This will be an excellent game. And in the end I want to show you yet another fantasy title. A comedy RPG, no comments needed. Enjoy.